Let's talk about some unhealthy and not obvious coping mechanisms that we use to cover up, mask, and deal with deeper emotional pain. As a hypnotherapist, stress and high-pressure professionals recover from the effects of emotional stress, I've got some valuable insights to share, and it's not what you expect. Truth is, so many people are stuck in their heads, confused and stuck in overanalyzing and overthinking about their emotions. Why does it happen? And what does overthinking have to do with deeper emotions? Here's my insight. Confusion in our heads comes from our body struggling with the burden of stress and emotional overwhelm. The more stress we experience in the body, the more chaotic our thinking becomes. It's a simple cause and effect relationship. This stress and this overthinking in the head leads you to overanalyzing stuff as a way to cope, leading you to what I call paralysis by analysis. This is where you're proper stuck, paralyzed mentally, unable to make decisions or even think through simple mental tasks. One solution offered through hypnotherapy method that I practice can be this. Deal with the emotional overwhelm, then your body will respond by letting go of fight and flight reaction. It will go into repair and homeostasis more often. And as a result, you'll start experiencing a clear frame of mind as a result of the relaxed body, free from confusion and overanalyzing. Makes sense, right? You know, many of us unknowingly resort to various coping mechanisms to deal with the effects of emotional stress, like using alcohol, emotional eating addiction, the obvious ones, and also rationalizing. We might not even realize we are doing it to mask the deeper pain. And if we keep relying on these inefficient coping mechanisms, there is a cost to pay. As emotional stress continues to build up, we might resort to even more extreme coping mechanisms. The big one is isolation, which initially can be a powerful way of self-preservation from further more damaging emotional overwhelm. That's how our mind can create a temporary solution, but this isolation can become a problem if it persists for too long, leading to a drastic change in our social behavior. Look, I've seen clients who said they went from being an extrovert and a life of a party, loving emotional connections, to total introvert and not being able to socialize even with a close group of people. They used to love going out and meeting new people, but now have no desire to socialize. They feel more depleted, both emotionally and physically, with every social interaction. It's important to flag for yourself that you might be using a range of ineffective, unhealthy coping mechanisms to deal with long-term emotional stress and burnout. And not just the obvious ones, the ones that everybody's talking about. Are you using your unique coping mechanisms? Here's the thing. The more you use unhealthy coping mechanisms, the more you teach your mind and body to do exactly that, which is being ineffective, inefficient, and stuck. Because what was originally helping us isn't working anymore. Let's look at the example of isolation. You needed to be alone to restore or rest after emotional burnout, for example, which is healthy. But we take it too far and make it our default coping long term. This way, there is a cost to pay, as you are investing in creating even more emotional overwhelm through using the outdated, ineffective coping mechanisms. Here's my question for you. Are you looking for new ways to deal with what you're going through, or are you using the same default coping unhealthy, inefficient mechanisms from the past? If it's the first choice, then let us connect in a call to see how I can help and support you in your recovery from the effects of long-term emotional stress. Bye!